Greetings, Rajee here. So I'm just here lounging, and I thought I'd share something with you all. As a transgender woman, I oftentimes assume that people know that I'm a transgender woman. They just know. At least 9 out of 10. But that is certainly not always the case, honey. And that can lead to some complicated situations, especially if it's a guy like trying to, talk to you. I learned that lesson, oh my God, some years ago when I had first transitioned, and I was actually at a gas station pumping gas, and the guy pulled up in a car, in his car, and he's like introducing himself, and he asked for my phone number, and I gave it to him. And, the whole time I assume that he knows that I'm a special girl. So we're talking for like a day or two, and we get together for a date. I'm in his car, we're parked, and, he says to me, I, I'm surprised that you don't have any babies yet. Well, honey, when he made that comment, honey, the bells went off. I was like, ding, ding, ding. Oh my God, this man does not know. We have a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. So, everything was happening so fast. He starts kissing on me, and his hands are on my thighs, and they're working their way up to my crotch, and I'm trying to push his hands down, and the more I push, the harder he's working his way up. And oh my God, he gets to my crotch and he stops kissing me and he looks at me and he's like, "What's that?" Oh my God, my heart was pounding. And I was like, "It's my tampon?" No. In my highest Marilyn Monroe type voice, I said, "Oh my God, you didn't know? I thought you knew." Thank God he was nice about it. Okay, thank the Lord. He's like, "Well, no, I didn't know." He said, "But damn, you're doing a good job because you attracted me." And anyway, long story short, I'm not going to kiss and tell, but he still went on and, went with the flow, we'll say. He was cool with it. But then there was another incident shortly after that where, again, I assume the guy knew. We're together. He finds out and he's like, "Oh, damn. What the hell?" And so I tell him, and he was like, "You're beautiful. I'm attracted to you." But he says, "I just can't because, that's not my thing." Okay, cool. But those could have been two close calls. And I had a girlfriend that actually had a very close call where she got together with the guy. She hadn't told him he was trans. She was trans. And they went to a hotel. And when the guy found out, he like flipped out. So, yeah, it can really make for a dangerous situation. Anyway, fast forward. Ever since that time, like I always say, if a guy's trying to talk to me, I always say, "Well, I'm a special girl, right?" And that kind of opens up the door. And if they don't know what I mean, then, I'll explain more in detail. But usually they do. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, I know what's up." And it's cool. So, anyway, the other night I went to this trans function here in Hollywood. Oh my God, like literally 7 minutes from where I live. And had a real good time. I mean, there were some fabulous trans performers that performed. It was like a bar, restaurant type setup on Hollywood Boulevard. And so I'm at the bar now. When I drink, the only thing I drink is Kahlua and cream or Bailey's and cream. That's all I like because I'm not really a drinker. So to me, those are like milkshakes with alcohol in them, kind of. So I wanted to order that, but they didn't have any cream. So I just got I got Sprite. I was drinking Sprite, but they had delicious food. I got the sampler, and it had chicken fingers. They were nice and spicy, and mozzarella sticks and jalapeno poppers. And I was hungry. I hadn't eaten dinner, so honey, I was wolfing that food down and enjoying the show. So yeah, I just a girlfriend was out with me, and we were talking and everything. So this is right on Hollywood Boulevard, like off of Hollywood Boulevard, actually. Like Hollywood Boulevard is like literally uh, not even a half a block away. So there's a lot of traffic, and guys were coming in, and there were people coming in and sitting down and ordering food and drinking, and some of the guys came and they were at the bar. So this one guy walks in and he walks over to where my girlfriend and I were sitting. So he started talking to my girlfriend. So I'm like, oh, okay, those two are talking, you know, that whole thing. This is A and B. See yourself out of it. So I was like minding my business, and I got up to give one of the trans girls that were performing a tip. I walked over to the stage to tip her because she was doing a good job. Oh my god. Some of those performers are so talented. So anyway, when I came back, I guess he got like a good look at me. So I sit back down on the bar stool and I see him like look over at me and then ask my girlfriend something. So anyway, next thing I know, he gets up and he comes around to where I'm at. And we start talking, and he looked at my plate. Now, mind you, I had like a half a chicken finger left, and I think one jalapeno popper on the plate. So I looked at him and said, listen, I was hungry. I didn't eat dinner. So he's like, oh, no, no, no. He said, keep eating. He said, keep feeding it, baby. The bigger, the better. So I was thinking, oh, that's perfect. I like to eat. I'm a girl that loves to eat. And this is a guy that likes a girl to eat. Wow, perfect combination. So anyway, long story short, he was meeting up with a buddy, he said, and they were going to a club down the street. So he asked for my phone number. I gave it to him, and he said he would call me. So I'm hanging out at the club probably another 45 minutes or so, and then I'm like, okay, a girl needs her beauty sleep, honey. I can't hang out like I used to. So I leave the club. Now he starts texting me. And we're texting back and forth, back and forth. So then he says, well, when he's leaving Hollywood Boulevard, can he stop by my place? So I was like, God, he's cute. Now, mind you, only 25 years old. I'm a cougar, I know. And a cutie pie. From New York. But he's been living here for a while. And I think he was mixed. Like black and maybe Hispanic, like Puerto Rican or black and white or something like that. But he was cute, honey, handsome. So I'm like, I'm feeling a little frisky. I've been a good girl for, well, I don't want lightning to start striking me through the windows. Let me stop while I'm ahead. But anyway, I told him, I said, well, text me or call me when you leave the club and maybe you can come by. So he said he would text me around 1:30. So 1:30 came and went, and by this time I'm starting to feel sleepy. I'm like, oh, he's probably not going to come. He's probably partying. So I started dozing off. About 2:30, he calls me. The phone's ringing. So anyway, he's like, I'm leaving the club. Can I come by? So I'm like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, you can come. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, yes. I jump up and get myself freshened up real quick. And next thing I know, he's texting me. He's outside. So I open the door. He comes in. He comes into my bedroom. And we're getting comfortable. And then he's like, wait a minute. He's like, oh, now, I thought you were a woman. I said, I am a woman. He's like, no, 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 no. I thought you were a woman. I said, I am a woman. I'm a trans woman, but I'm a woman. So he's like, I thought you had a pussy. I said, I do have a pussy. It's just not where you thought it was. Oh my God. But honestly, my heart was racing and I was thinking, damn it, why didn't you make sure he knew? But I think what it was is that uh, he he came into the club. It was so many of us T girls there. I really assumed that he knew what was up, And I told him that. He's like, well, I didn't know. Now I'm not gonna kiss and tell. Sometimes when guys have a few drinks and it's like, 3 in the morning, sometimes things happen that we don't think are going to happen. But let's just say I learned my lesson again. No more. Even if I have my panties down, okay, I'm going to ask the guy, like, I'm a transsexual, right? Because it's like, that could have been a very different situation. So I did this video because I was like, listen, all you trans sisters out there, you know, really think about disclosure because it can be a matter of life and death. It can turn into something serious. And anyway, there's so many guys out there that like us. There's so many. So be safe, my trans sisters. Love, peace, and blessings.